Good morning, everyone, and welcome to This Day.
Good morning. Today is Thursday, and it's December 12th, and it is National Poinsettia Day.
Perfect.
It is perfect for the holidays, and we'll tell you a little history of where it came from and how it came about.
Yeah.
To be so popular.
Oh, they are. They're wonderful. All right, on our show today, we have a couple guests from the Jewelry Box up there in Lake Forest. We have Jack and Christine here today, and they're going to talk about, what they offer up there, how they can look at different things that you may bring in and see the value of them. And their shop has been around, I don't even know how long, but a long, long time right up there in Lake Forest. Then we're going to bring in a guest from the South Coast Singers and tell you about their event coming up. But before them, we have the Orange County Grand Jury coming on in the form of the judge that is with them and one of the members. Now, they are in their recruitment stage, and we're going to tell you how you can get on the grand jury if you're interested. And it's just a wonderful service, and I've known some people who have done it, and they absolutely enjoy it.
Excellent. All right, our meetings today, we have the United Landscape Committee meeting, which will be in the boardroom at 9:30. We have the Mutual 50 Agenda Workshop, and that will be in the Towers Key Club at 10 a.m. And then the United Resident Advisory Committee, which will be in the Sycamore Room at 4 p.m. Well, today's date marks the death of Joel Roberts Poinsett, an American botanist, physician, and minister to Mexico, who in 1828 sent cuttings of the plant he discovered in southern Mexico to his home in Charleston, South Carolina. The plant dates back to the Aztecs, but in the U.S., German immigrant Albert Ecke began cutting poinsettias in Eagle Rock, Los Angeles in 1909. Now, Paul Ecke Jr. took over the family business in 1963 and expanded it heavily. Paul Ecke III took over the Ecke Ranch in 1992 and started a separate business in Guatemala. In 2012, he sold the company, and then in 2015, it was taken over by Duman Orange, which actually is a very large florist company in Europe, and then they are still maintaining the operations and growing the poinsettias here in Guatemala, well, not here in Guatemala, but in Guatemala and here in Southern California in Encinitas down in the San Diego area. Now, in July of 2002, the House of Representatives created Poinsettia Day, passing a resolution to honor Paul Ecke Jr., who is considered the father of poinsettias, the poinsettia industry. It was Paul Ecke's discovery of a technique which causes seedlings to branch. Poinsettias contribute up to $250 million to the U.S. economy. Now, in Mexico, the plant is called La Flor de la Nochebuena, flower of the Holy Night, and is displayed in celebration of December 12th, Dia de la Virgen. The flower connects to a legend that a young girl who had nothing to honor baby Jesus in a Christmas procession. An angel tells her that any gift would honor baby Jesus. She gathers up weeds from the side of the road and places them next to the manger, and miraculously they turn into poinsettias. So there's a lovely story for the holiday, and enjoy your poinsettias today.
Yeah, very nice. Did you see I put up Frosty the Snowman?
I didn't see it.
Oh, well, I had Frosty the Snowman, and that is because in the famous 1965-66 program, which they still show today, he takes a little girl into the hothouse to keep her warm, and he begins to melt with all the poinsettias, right? And of course, Santa comes, and the Christmas wind forms him back into a snowman. Kind of reminds you of another famous snowman that's very popular today. All right, we got some great weather coming your way, and a little bit of patchy clouds today, but overall a bit warmer, if you've probably felt it outside today, by a few degrees. We were 3 degrees warm at our house this morning. We're going to see 70 today, 71 tomorrow, and then we're going to drop that back down to the mid-60s. Now, kind of good news here, looking way ahead next week, rain is back in the forecast, but it doesn't look like a big deluge of rain. It looks like some nice rain like we had over the just a few days ago. We're back over the weekend, just maybe about a half inch over a couple days. We'll see how that manifests itself, but that's good news. But until then, we just have some beautiful mild weather. Let's look around the area today, and it's looking very good everywhere you go. All the temperatures are up by, I would say, an average of about 3-4 degrees. Not a whole lot, but just very nice out today. Even Big Bear is up to 53 is their high. Palm Springs 74. So mild weather through next week. Probably the rain looks like, if it does materialize, we're looking more like Thursday or Friday of next week. So towards the end, we'll see what happens with that. All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
Holiday season is near, and Diane's Hallmark is your one-stop shop for the special people in your life. We have beautiful, unique gifts and decorations, women's clothing, religious items, cards, of course, and a wide selection of amazing, fun items you must see to believe. Come see why so many of your neighbors come to Diane's Hallmark for their holiday needs. Diane's Hallmark is close by in Laguna Niguel. Stop in to see our broad selection of year-round and seasonal gifts and cards.
Gloria always went big. So we helped her plan a memorial service that no one would soon forget. This one's for you, Gloria. Only a Dignity Memorial professional can celebrate a life like no other. Find out how at dignityorangecounty.com.
Hi, I'm Vince Ferragamo. I spent some of my best years as an NFL quarterback. But today, I've got a new team, and we're helping seniors who spent their best years fighting for our country, defending our freedom, and informing the nation. Our hometown heroes need help. AgeWell Senior Services is their lifeline. Nonprofit AgeWell can do all of this because you care enough to give. Please join me in supporting AgeWell. Donate today.
Come to the world premiere of Oi, It's Christmas. Sing along with the Hallmark Holiday Band. Hear the stories behind some of your favorite holiday tunes. Only one performance, Sunday, December 15th at 2 p.m. Tickets are on sale now at the Performing Arts Center, $10 and $12 each. See you there.
I just love that ring. Where'd you get it?
I got it at the jewelry box. I saw it on Facebook, and then I went in and bought it. They have the most unique, awesome pre-owned pieces for amazing prices.
With holidays here, the Jewelry Box of Lake Forest is getting into the spirit with their 1-carat diamond stud event. We're selling these dazzling diamond earrings normally priced at $19.98 for only $9.98, but only as long as supplies last.
Visit us in our store or shop our website for just arrived items.
The Jewelry Box. It's about trust.
Welcome back. We have the jewelry box here, and you know that's one of my favorite subjects is jewelry, and we have Christine and Jack here. Well, welcome. Thank you for joining us again, and I know you have brought some lovely items, but before we get into that, award-winning. Nice. Well, tell me about it.
Well, for our 9th straight year, we have been voted best in Orange County, best jewelry store in Orange County, and we really feel it's because of our customers. Mm-hmm. Of course, they're the ones that vote for us. But we feel like because we have such a great team of ladies that really like waiting on the customers and helping them, you know, make their selections and calling them and just, you know, really old-fashioned customer service.
Okay.
And we're just very honored that we have been elected for the 9 years, mm-hmm. and hope to continue it. And did I leave something out?
Well, obviously, you know, you have customer service, but you also have a great selection of a variety of different things.
That's true.
So let's talk a little bit about, you know, not necessarily the history of the jewelry box, but what is your overall mission?
Well, I would say we are here to buy your jewelry from the customers. We are not a traditional jewelry store.
Right.
We look for jewelry that people bring in to sell, and mm-hmm. that's what is in our showcases. And most people don't even realize mm-hmm. that our jewelry is pre-owned because it looks so nice.
Oh, I know. I mean, some of the pieces, that ring doesn't look anything like, I mean,
yeah,
not that I would necessarily know the difference, but you know, this ring is incredible. It's very shiny and it's beautiful and it looks, like you said, brand new. It's just beautiful. But you know, while we're on the ring, just tell me a little bit about it.
Well, it's a ring that we bought from a customer, and what we do is, you know, not everything is will make it into our showcases. Some of the things we do have to dispose of. But if it's something we feel like we have a client for, then we have our jewelers refurbish it, polish it up, and put it into the showcase.
Okay.
So we're always on the lookout and always on the hunt for items that we feel we can resell.
Okay.
So the customer gets money for what they're bringing in, and then we're able to give our clients a very fair deal on a piece of jewelry where they're not paying top retail dollar.
Right.
We can sell it for a lot less than you would find it in a jewelry store.
Right.
And the other thing is that you see these items, these are items you won't find in just a traditional jewelry store.
Well, would you say that many of your items are vintage or just kind of across the board?
We're not an estate store per se, although we do have a number of estate pieces. It's more about being pre-owned. Just to take this ladies' Rolex watch as an example, if you were to go and buy this new today, it's in the $4,500 to $5,000 category.
Okay.
This watch is $1998.
Wow.
And again, we keep a very small percentage of what we buy.
Right.
But that watch is then refurbished by our master watchmaker, polished,
Okay.
and we guarantee it for a year, just the way Rolex would if you bought it new.
Right. Wow, you
But
do.
there is a savings, that is often 50% or more over the price of the new version, same watch.
Well, many of the watches that have the brand names, especially Rolex, do keep their value, correct?
Oh, those do.
Right. And then we also have the man's watch here. What? Tell me about that one.
That's called an Oyster Perpetual. It has the date on it. That particular lady's does not, but the man's does.
Right.
It's also, that's a Jubilee.
Yeah,
It's called a Jubilee band, which is an upgraded Rolex bracelet that goes on that watch, and the fluted bezel. So very popular, classic. You can find one that's probably 40 years old that doesn't look much different from that one because they don't change their styles dramatically over the years. And that's what makes it a classic watch. And the demand is still very high for Rolex.
Still there. Isn't that great? I mean, that's great. What would you say you're kind of looking for now? Anything in particular?
Well, we look for we look for everything and anything, honestly, because people come in with boxes of treasure. Very often it's moms or grandmas.
Sure.
And we go through. Christine is, we say she makes Sophie's choice. Because she'll go through everything that we've purchased and she'll pick out the items that she feels can work in our showcase. And then the other items that we are not going to put in our store, we have channels to wholesale those to other jewelers around the country who might be interested in the styles that don't work for us, but do work for them.
Oh, that's great.
So that's one advantage of selling to us over others, is that we don't just take everything we buy and throw it in the furnace.
Right.
Because if we can polish that item up, refurbish it, and resell it, then we can pay the customer more for the item they're selling us to begin with.
Now, speaking of taking in items, you don't just take jewelry. I mean, you take sterling silver sets and some other things. Tell me about that.
We get a lot of that, particularly from the village.
Okay.
Yes, we do. Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
We do sterling silver, flatware, and yes, what he was referring to is we do see a lot of people from the village. They have the sterling flatware, the trays, and the tea services, and their kids don't want this.
Is that a shame? Do you think we should be carrying it on, or what? I mean, I'm just as much guilty as the others.
We all are. Nobody wants to polish that. Nobody has places to store that in these days, and we just don't entertain like our parents did. So it's unfortunate. Some of the patterns we do have a venue to where they don't get melted. There are certain patterns that people overseas like this. So some of it doesn't get melted, but we're always looking for that. We buy coins, American coins, silver and gold coins. We just had a couple from the village that came in last night and sold us several gold coins.
Wow.
So,
and then do you resell the gold coins, or do you send those off to somewhere else?
We keep a few in the store. Sometimes people like them for gifts, for special occasions, for kids that are graduating or grandkids.
Right.
So we keep a few, and the rest we move we move out, because that's not our main thing.
Exactly.
But we also do a lot, besides the flatware, we do, candelabra and candy dishes and all kinds of, as long as it's sterling silver,
right.
We will purchase it.
So what if there was other things that were maybe solid gold, but not necessarily, I mean, like you said, the coins, but what if there were other things that were solid gold and not necessarily a jewelry item? Would you take those too?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
As long as it's the real thing.
Okay.
We will buy
and it doesn't matter the carat, right? Like 10 carat, 18 carat.
Right.
Okay.
And I always tell people, if they're not sure, bring it in.
Okay.
Especially, we'll have people that are getting ready to have a garage sale.
Okay.
And they'll say, I'm just going to throw this in the garage sale. Well, bring it in first and let us, tell you what you have, because a lot of times they don't know that it is silver.
Right.
So if you're not sure, we don't mind testing it for you. Bring it in. We'll take a look. We'll let you know what you have, and then you can make a decision if you want to sell it or not.
Okay.
We really don't pressure you to sell.
That's good.
Sometimes people aren't ready. They haven't released that emotional attachment that they have to it. So we have to be careful about that.
Well, even for jewelry too. I mean, I've got my mother's stuff, and I'm like, well, I'm not ready to do anything with it yet. So it's kind of like you said, emotional attachment. So, all right. Well, you have a special going on right now.
We do.
These gorgeous earrings here. Tell me a little bit about what your special is.
Well, these are a 1 carat total weight, so that's a half a carat diamond in each ear.
Wow.
And we set these up. These are all diamonds that we had in our store.
Okay.
And our jeweler sat there and set up 19 pair of them.
Wow.
We have a few left. We had these as a special for Black Friday, but we still have a few left. And they normally retail for around $19.98.
Right.
But until they're sold, they're $998.
Wow.
For 1 carat total weight.
I think that would look good in my ear.
They look good under the tree, too.
Yes,
yeah, I think so. Okay, whoever wants to get those for me.
Every girl needs a stud.
Okay, you said that, I didn't. You're hysterical. All right, so you see on our screen there, we have the 1 carat total weight diamond stud earrings, $998, and your phone number is 855-9778. And if they want to get in touch with you or see what you have in stock, they can go on your website, right?
Yes.
Open every day till Christmas.
Every day till Christmas.
Right.
So you guys are going to be busy, very busy. Well, thank you so much for the information. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right. And remember, you can always find their information on and anything we've talked about here today on their website. And we'll be right back, and I'll be taking this all home.
Jewelry Box. It's about trust.
Do you buy gold?
Yes, we do.
Do you buy diamond rings?
We do.
Do you buy watches?
We do.
Do you buy silver?
We do.
Do you buy these?
Yes, we do.
Gold, diamonds, jewelry, or sterling silver. The Jewelry Box of Lake Forest makes it easy to get top dollar for your treasures. No appointment necessary. Simply come in and walk out with money for your valuables.
Whether it's one ring or an entire estate.
We buy it all.
Did you know that the Laguna Hills Lodge was originally built as a place for relatives or friends to stay when they were visiting? In 1968, Laguna Woods' residents built the first 2 buildings of the lodge because they wanted a place close by for visitors to stay. Since then, the lodge has become the spare bedroom for the Laguna Woods' residents. The lodge has received the TripAdvisor Award of Excellence 8 years in a row. We invite you to stay in one of our recently remodeled garden rooms and take advantage of a special offer for Laguna Woods' residents, family, and friends.
It's not surprising that the most memorable memorials are the ones we plan ourselves. After all, who knows you better than you? So why not get a plan together and let us take care of the details? It's what we're known for. Find out how at DignityOrangeCounty.com. Only a Dignity Memorial professional can celebrate a life like no other.
The all-new 3-row Subaru Ascent. Room for up to 8 passengers. Choice of second-row captain's chairs or bench seating. Standard EyeSight driver assist technology. Coming from Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 4 years running. The Subaru Ascent. Love is now bigger than ever.
Irvine Subaru. Get your new Subaru here with 2 years complimentary maintenance included. There's a certain feeling you get around the holidays, a time of year to reflect on all that is well. There's also a certain feeling you get from giving back to those less fortunate. It's a feeling that comes from the heart when you give back not because you have to, because you want to. It's a personal way of paying it forward. That feeling is amazing.
South County Lexus wishes you and your family an amazing holiday season.
Envision, the eye doctor's #1 choice.
We are a community of surgeons and optometrists dedicated to helping you live better by seeing better.
We offer advanced lens options to fit your lifestyle. We also offer the latest in laser technology for cataract surgery. We are Envision, the eye doctor's #1 choice.
With clear vision, all things are possible. To schedule your appointment, contact us at 866-599-2740.
When you plan a memorial service for somebody that's as close as your mother is to you, it's oftentimes very emotional. There are emotions that come up that you don't plan on, and I was very surprised by the warmth, and I was very surprised by the hand-holding going through the ceremony. And that's why I completely trust O'Connor Mortuary.
Well, have you ever thought about becoming a member of the grand jury, or do you even know what they do? Well, a couple guests here right now are going to tell you what it's all about and how you can apply for it. So I'd like to welcome today from the Superior Court here in Orange County, Judge Karen Robinson, and also a member of the grand jury, Chris Beard. So welcome to both of you here today.
Well, thank you.
It's always good to have folks on from the grand jury so people can find out first what it's all about, and then if they are interested in it, how to become a member. So welcome. First, Your Honor, let's talk about the grand jury, because I think there are many people, you hear it all the time, you hear it in the news for various reasons, but people really don't know what they do.
So the grand jury is sort of the public's watchdog of local governmental agencies, the county, the city government, special districts such as the water district or the school districts. And what they do is they try to ensure accountability, that these are operating properly, efficiently, and in the public's interests. And their goal is to review them, make recommendations about how they might be improved to benefit the public.
Okay, so you often hear in the news where the grand jury is, and maybe, I'm paraphrasing, is decided to indict this or this happened. And I'm wondering how that comes about, and is it only relates to people who are public figures, or can it relate to anyone?
It can relate to any subject matter of a criminal nature, and the district attorney's office has decided that it wants to use the grand jury to present the evidence to determine whether there's probable cause to believe a crime has been committed. And so they'll put that to the grand jury to conduct those proceedings. So that's a small part of what the grand jury does, but it is a very important part of what the grand jury does.
Okay. Chris, how did you get involved with it?
Well, I got involved because I saw the application to apply. I had heard of the grand jury from my experience. I had recently retired, and so I was looking for an opportunity to be involved and volunteer in the community. And this happened to come up at the timing was such a year ago that I received the application. Actually, my son was at a serving jury duty, and he picked up this similar flyer here.
Which we'll tell you about these in just a moment, by the way.
And so he said, Dad, I think you may be interested in this. I certainly know you're qualified, after the gentleman explained what the grand jury did. And so based on my experience, my background, and my curiosity, my interest, I decided to apply.
So how do the cases come to you, and what do you do? How is it decided that this case is going to come to the grand jury, but this one is not? Do you folks look at all of them? And
as the judge explained, a portion of it is the criminal side of it for indictments. That's the process. We do the civil investigations. That's primarily our main emphasis, what the bulk of our work. And so we don't look at cases, we look at topics and interests and things of that nature. So we, the grand jury, may receive a complaint letter from a citizen related to what the judge talked about, any of these, anything issue going on in government, local government or special district. And so that would come before the grand jury. We also have a wide spectrum of people on the grand jury that are up on current events. We see what's going on in the community, and we take literally those issues in the news and bring them forward to get examined, to look at them and see how we, the grand jury, may investigate potential issues.
Okay. So, Your Honor, could that be, for instance, somebody is concerned for whatever reason how monies are being spent, or maybe the conduct of a public official or a special agency or something like that, and they can bring forth their concerns and then it's looked at?
Correct. That's exactly how that sometimes works. Issues are raised, they're presented to the grand jury. The grand jury then looks, evaluates, determines whether it's something they want to investigate further, and they can conduct that investigation. But they have some routine functions, and that is to make sure some of our local governmental agencies are working properly, like the detention centers and the jails and Orangewood and some of those local county services that we provide. They just do sort of a review of those to make sure that they are functioning properly and make recommendations if they find there are some inefficiencies or something like that.
Okay, so Chris, you might look at, as the judge said, how they're operating and maybe look at something like, well, this seems a little like it could be improved on, or look at it another way, or how things are being reported, that sort of thing?
That's a good example, like what we would be looking at, efficiencies, operations, procedures, how they conduct themselves, how they're spending the money. The term often comes up, watchdog. We're citizen representatives looking at all these different levels of government. But I think the best reflection of what the grand jury does is we're required to produce reports on our findings with recommendations. And when we produce those, it lists all different categories. I think what really puts it into play is, like, that, well, most people don't know that local government affects them the most. Right. And then other levels, be it the jail system, the county's parks. There's all sorts of topics, parks, libraries, roads, public safety, that's a very big one. The judge mentioned the jails. We're required as a grand jury to produce a report to review the jails. But there are reports that come out, they're online, so in all different topics. I think if I could just highlight two that really piqued my curiosity, and I think brought forward the issue of, like, the animal care shelter. We have a new animal care shelter. Irvine Lake was, I think, a product that helped the grand jury, and their report on it helped move those projects along to a beneficial degree for the citizens.
Very interesting. So, Your Honor, do grand juries throughout the state operate the same way versus maybe other states, or are all grand juries kind of pretty much doing what Chris just explained?
No, I think they're unique to their particular counties and their county needs. And we all are kind of set up with some different parameters. And they're determined by the county in which the grand jury sits. So they can be different from county to county. But for the most part, they are public agency watchdogs. They are the public's eyes and ears to make sure county government is working and city governments are working properly.
Okay, so Chris, you've been doing this since when?
Since August, early August.
And tell us about your experience just overall in the commitment and the time frame.
I'm glad you asked, because there is a commitment, there's a time frame. I had the time frame, the jurors have the availability. It's a 1-year commitment, starts July 1st. And with that, there's some compensation to it, $50 every day the grand jury's in session. And there's mileage involved. So there's some compensation, but the work is really the driving force of why you want to be a part of the grand jury. It's a diverse group of people. I've never worked with a finer group of people, very intelligent, very committed. And so it's really a joy to go into work and work on a common effort to improve our local community. There are people who are trying to make a difference. I think we are.
How many on the grand jury?
There are 19 sitting on the grand jury, but they select 30 altogether.
Okay.
With 11 alternates.
All right. Now, people are probably wondering, well, here we are in December. It starts up again the 1st of July. Why are you folks here at this time frame? But it takes a while, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a recruitment process. We're looking for the best, brightest, and the most diverse folks that we can get that represent the county, the diversity of this county. And so we have the application process, which starts now. We're in that process, and applications currently are due by January 17th of 2020.
Okay.
So that's our initial deadline that we're hoping to have folks apply for. And then we have a mandatory meeting that they need to attend, just an orientation meeting to make sure they're interested and want to go forward, and that's on January 23rd. And then the committee of judges, and I'm on the grand jury recruitment committee, there are about 25 of us, will take all the applications that have been received, and there are hundreds of them typically, and we hope there will be hundreds again this year. And we vet them, review them, and narrow that down to about 90 that we want to bring back for interviews. And this is across all of our 5 supervisorial districts. And then we'll conduct those interviews, and it just takes a long, it's a long process, but it is to ensure that we have grand jurors like Mr. Chris who are dedicated to doing what the grand jury needs to do.
Yeah, quite involved, but obviously it should be.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's an important work.
So after all your process, when did you find out? How you started it in August, but did they let you know a couple of months ahead?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And they kept us informed along the way, and we seek, as an interested party, I wanted to find out what was going on, and they were very upfront and open, and the deadlines and the information was very public, and they were in constant communication. So that was good to know, because you have to make plans if you're going to do something that year. You know what you have to do, or if you can't do, or have to defer or delay, but it worked out.
Do you get vacation time? In other words, do you take off a couple weeks for the holidays?
We get the holidays off.
Okay.
Like that.
And the grand jury does determine their schedule. I mean, anybody who's interested should probably plan on 30 hours a week.
Okay.
But the grand jury gets to set the hours, and they get to determine vacations and things like that amongst themselves.
So there's some
flexible.
flexibility.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not a full-time commitment, but a lot of us really get involved, and we spend a lot of time in it.
But it is a commitment.
Yeah, it is a commitment.
And it also would mean that I would assume you have to go up to Santa Ana, right?
Correct. That's where.
Yeah, and here's one perk. There's parking available for them, and if you've been in the Civic Center area, you know that's quite a benefit.
Yes, another benefit. There's a lot of good restaurants up there.
There
really are. How did you get involved? I'd ask you outside if you were also a judge within Superior Court.
Yes.
So you do it all.
Yes, I'm a full-time judge and have a calendar, and we have different committees that we can be involved in, and this one was very important to me, and one that I wanted to be involved in, just to ensure that we reach out to and include as many folks in our wonderful county to be a part of this process.
That's fantastic. Now, I'm going to tell people how they can get an application, because we're fortunate that they brought along a bunch of them for us. We will keep a few of them up here. There's a flyer, and then there's the bound application here, and you can find it online as well. We're going to keep them here, like I said, up in the studio. Maybe we'll have a dozen of them, but the bulk of them we'll have downstairs at the front desk. We'll put them down there later today, and you'll be able to pick them up. Of course, you can go to ocgrandjury.org to find out more information about all this. I think it's we've had people on over the years that have seated on the grand jury as well as other judges, and I always hear from them that it's just a very rewarding experience.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think most people that have the opportunity to serve, after they're finished, we see a lot of people reapply, not the immediate next term, but down the line, because they enjoyed it so much, and it's quite rewarding.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it now, the topics, what we investigate and everything, but I'm enjoying as much working with the fellow people. We have a wide variety, wide spectrum of backgrounds and life experience with these people. It's just as much interesting, the topics we study and investigate, the people we work with. It's very rewarding and enriching.
Well, very good. Thank you both for coming on today. I really appreciate it. And again, we'll have these applications here. And if you want to go online, it's ocgrandjury.org to find out more information. And we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Vince Ferragamo. I spent some of my best years as an NFL quarterback, but today I've got a new team, and we're helping seniors who spent their best years fighting for our country, defending our freedom, and informing the nation. Our hometown heroes need help. AgeWell Senior Services is their lifeline. Nonprofit AgeWell can do all of this because you care enough to give. Please join me in supporting AgeWell. Donate today.
At our new Memorial Wave Imaging Center in Laguna Woods, formerly Orange County Diagnostics, you can expect the same precise imaging, multiple modalities for your imaging needs, and the same friendly staff with medical providers like Dr. Syed Sharakni. The Laguna Woods Transportation Service offers convenient access right to our door, and we continue to provide the care and compassion that you expect from our new Wave Laguna Woods location.
Well, I'm here in front of this beautiful sycamore tree with Catherine Bryans. You are a trustee with the History Center. So tell me how the History Center and the wonderful Aliso Creek area and these wonderful trees kind of came together.
And the
guides, yes.
Well, first of all, it's a pleasure being in front of something that's older than I am. It's always a good thing. But I think the important thing is that we had a lot of people come into the History Center and ask us if there's any guide to any of the trees in the village. And we went, no, not that we're aware of. And it was so repetitive that we decided maybe this is something we should do.
Mm-hmm.
And fortunately, another trustee, Pat Wilkerson, is on our board, and she's an incredible photographer. She also was a photographer of the 50th anniversary.
Right.
So the big coffee table book that are still available. And so working with Jean, they identified the trees and came out here. They did all the walking, all the research, put it together. Pat put together prototypes, and then it was my job to go out and find some funding. So I spoke with then manager Lori Moss prior to her departure, and I said, this is what we're doing. Can you introduce me to some businesses that might be available to pay for the printing? History Center is a nonprofit organization, and we're independent of the Golden Rain Foundation or VMSI. And she looked at me and she said, we're going to do it. And I went, all right, there's going to be 3 sets. This is Aliso Creek. The next one coming out is Friendship Walk, which is closer to the History Center. And the third is going to be on the Serpentine Walk. So we are delighted as an organization within this community to be able to provide this information to the residents. That's what we do, and here it is.
Well, when you talk about history here in the village, I mean, I think there's nothing more precious than the trees that have been here, whether it's the sycamore that's over 400 and some odd years old, 465, or some of these trees that maybe were planted 20 years ago, 50 years ago. They are part of the living history here.
They are, and they were conceptualized and started by Ross Cortese. He loved his trees. And if you think about this area prior to this, we were the first property that was purchased from the Moulton Ranch. That was grazing land, and they grew beets, and there were no trees if you look at pictures. So when you sit around and look about the 35,000 trees or something that's in this village, it's amazing what he's able to do. And since then, the landscape department has continued. If they lose a tree, they replace it. Not necessarily, but he chose trees from all over the world.
Right.
And the Golden Rain was his favorite. Hence, we have the GRF board and the foundation. So it started at the beginning with him, with a vision for this community to be tree lined so people could walk and recreate and do that. And he really pulled it all together for us.
Yeah, and like you mentioned, this was one time just grazing land. People go up the freeway a little, they can still see some of the chaparral, and that's what it looked like.
Yeah. It's like the old days when I was driving from Pasadena, I could see the Matterhorn at Disneyland. That's not happening anymore. There's too much growing around it. But it's a wonderful place to work, and It's a wonderful place to be, and it thrills us at the History Center that folks have the opportunity to have something that we were able to help produce.
Well, thank you to all the volunteers at the History Center. What are your hours over there?
Monday through Friday from 10 to 2. We're there a little later on Thursday because we also have the docent tours come through on Thursday. And since it's an all-volunteer, not staff-driven, it's important for us to give our volunteers a break. So those are the hours, unless somebody wants to come in and fill in some extra hours for us, that would be great. And we are closed Saturday and Sunday, but we can also contact us if you need to get there in an hour that you can't during the day. Say if you're working, you really wanted to come in and talk about something, maybe your parents lived here or something, just to locate information.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure coming out here today, and folks, once again, come on down here to the Aliso Creek Park area, take a nice stroll. You can pick up one of these brochures at many locations and walk through and check out all these beautiful trees. Just maybe if you hear something falling from the monkey puzzle tree, you might want to stand back. Walk away. All right. Thank you very much again.
I'm Ann Mundell-Noel, audiologist and owner of Amazing Hearing. As an audiologist, I have the education and expertise to assess, diagnose, and treat hearing loss. Hearing aids are only one part of the treatment process. The way we have been taught to fit, counsel, and use hearing therapy is what makes us different. Amazing Hearing, audiologists with the education, expertise, and empathy to change how you hear.
Welcome back. I have Perry Carter, who is here with the South Coast Singers. And of course, they have another event. It's been a year. Nice to see you again.
Good to see you, too.
I know you've been busy planning your concert that's coming up. But before we go into what's coming up, just give me a little background about the South Coast Singers and what they're all about.
Okay, I'd love to. South Coast Singers is a community choir, and they've been in existence about 30 years, actually. They went by a different name. Changed that about 10, 15 years ago. And I've been directing now since, I think it's probably 4 years. Before that was the director, Raymond Woods was his name, and he was the director at the Dana Hills High School where we rehearse.
All right.
But unfortunately, health issue, he got, sadly, pancreatic cancer and passed. So, but I was a part of the group, and I would help him direct, you know. And so after he passed, they asked me to take over the helm here. But they've been doing these concerts for quite a long time, and a lot of wonderful music. And we perform in churches. We're going to be performing right up the road here at Geneva Presbyterian Church. And I did this interview last year, and some people came up to me after the concert and said, "Oh, I saw you on this day."
Excellent. Well, I'm glad that we can help spread the word.
Helps us a lot. Oh, yeah.
Good.
That's good. Yeah.
Now, you said that you had a very successful show last year, and lots of people showed up and came to the event. What are some of the things that are different this year than last year?
Well, the music is all different.
Okay.
Yeah. We probably don't repeat maybe every 5 seasons, like 5 years.
Oh, okay.
So, and that, makes it more interesting. If you came last year, you're not going to hear the same music, but you're going to hear some really, really good music this time.
Okay.
We hire a string quartet at the holiday season, and plus we have instrumentalists, bass player, guitar player, Of course, our accompanist is wonderful, a woman who plays all the woodwinds, and then a trumpet player.
Okay.
So they accompany us, and
Okay.
and they're all professionals that we hire.
Okay.
So they're very, very, very good,
Oh.
and I love working with them.
Yeah, well, good. Well, it's nice that you were able to, kind of fill in where needed. In terms of you have the instruments, and then you have how many singers?
50.
Oh, 50.
Yeah.
That's a lot of singers. How do you guys fit up there?
we use these risers.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Perfect.
4 rows of risers.
Okay. Well, let's talk about some of the songs that you are going to sing.
Okay. Well, I think besides the Hallelujah chorus, which we always finish with that.
Mm-hmm.
So if you heard, I misspoke. We never repeat. Well, we always do the Hallelujah.
Just the one.
Then we invite people to come up and sing with us.
Okay.
Now, some of the music that I think is just amazing. And our president, her name is Ginger Silverman, and she is a very good singer.
Okay.
And she's going to start off the second half with a piece called The Heavens Are Telling, which is a contemporary arrangement of the famous Beethoven hymn.
Yes.
And so what we're doing with that is she is just very good. And it's a very lively thing that we always start off the second half and get people going again.
Right. Well, it's a 2-hour show.
Yes, that's right.
And so do you have a little intermission in the middle? Okay.
Yeah, coming.
Good.
So that, sorry. Excuse me. Morning time. But and our band is going to play, we have to walk on, get everybody on. So we're going to have the band play some special jazz arrangements at the beginning of each half.
Okay.
And that's pretty exciting to hear them play. And we're singing this, the beginning of the first half is an arrangement of a famous French carol called Ding Dong Merrily on High.
All right.
Fun. It really is about the arranger. The arranger, these are, I always say to the choir, we really have to give thanks here, because wonderful music, but then somebody has to make that all happen for the singers, harmony,
right.
And then all the instrumental parts.
Right.
So those arrangers are the people that really make it happen for us.
Okay.
So that's what's interesting.
That's great. I mean, it takes a lot of people, and I know you have a lot of volunteers that get together to make this happen. And what also is nice is that, your proceeds go to something very special called Stars of Tomorrow.
The Stars of Tomorrow. Yes, that's been something that the choir has supported for many years. And what that is we hold auditions, high school students, right? And it's really now getting all over Orange County.
Great.
Last year we had 75 high school singers apply. Then we have a preliminary audition, and then we pick 15 to then go to the final.
Okay.
And then we hire professional judges.
Okay.
And they pass judgment on who's going to be first place, second place, third place.
Okay.
And you'd be surprised.
And what is the scholarships go towards what? Like their schooling or?
Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
That's the intention.
I see.
Is to help support their, taking lessons and whatever that entails, that they need.
Okay, perfect. Well, it's a good operation. So let's talk about the holiday concert. It's going to be December 14th in San Clemente, and that is going to be at the Presbyterian Church there. Then on Sunday, December 15th at 4 p.m., it's going to be at the Geneva Presbyterian Church right here in Laguna Woods. Then we have Saturday, December 21st, which will be in the Gloria Dei Lutheran Church in Dana Point. And tickets are $20. But if you get a group of 10, it's $18, so that's a nice little savings. And kids 10 and under are free, so that's kind of nice. They can expose kids to concerts and music, which I think would be lovely. So, well, perfect. Well, good luck to you. I'm sure it'll be a wonderful success, as it was last year, and I'll look forward to seeing you again next year.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Excellent.
And remember, if you want additional information, you can always go to southcoastsingers.org to learn more about the concert. We'll be right back.
Freedom Village Assisted Living, we provide loving care and support when your loved one needs it most. We believe in laughing more and caring more. Dining will be an experience, not just a meal. We offer opportunities to create new memories. Your family will feel like they are part of our family as we work toward creating an extraordinary difference in lives worth living. To schedule a tour and complimentary lunch and for more information, please call us at 949-340-8108 or visit our website, freedomvillage.org.
At the Memorial Care Breast Center, Saddleback, you will always find a friendly face to guide you through your annual mammogram visit. Our staff, dedicated subspecialist breast radiologists, knowledge, and innovative technology await your visit to our center. With the Laguna Woods shuttle service right at our sidewalk, this convenient location offers you quick access for your appointment. You can expect nothing but the best for all your breast health needs at Memorial Care Breast Center, Saddleback.
Dr. Yi-Wing Tong and Dr. Elaine Tong specialize in treating chronic pain and other disorders without drugs or surgery. Our therapy uses anesthetic injections to enhance acupuncture, curing disorders by restoring circulation and health. Most of our patients have tried all kinds of therapies without benefit, but obtained relief with their first treatment. Whether you are suffering from chronic pain, mental disorders, or simply wanting to maintain optimal health, we are here to help. Call today for your free phone consultation.
Friday's movie is called Blinded by the Light, and it is in 1987. Britain Javed Khan is a British Pakistani teenager from a strict family who learns to live his life, understand his family, and find his own voice through the music of American rock star Bruce Springsteen. So nonetheless, it's got to be really good music because they're going to play Bruce Springsteen the whole time. It stars Billy Barrett, Ronak Singh, Shada Burgess, and Vivek Kalra. So very interesting, looks good. Like I said,
very good
music, and that'll be on Friday, December 13th at 2 and 7 p.m.
All right, and on Monday, we're bringing you Angel Has Fallen. And I did look this up. It is the third movie in the Fallen series.
We knew that.
So the first one was Olympus Has Fallen, then London Has Fallen in 2016, and now Angel Has Fallen, and we're going to bring you the trailer.
Oh, fun.
You must really like fishing, Mr. President. It's cold out here. Sorry.
Not anything to get out of D.C. for a while.
Mike, I'm selecting you for Secret Service Director. Congratulations. I'll give him my best shot, sir.
Banding's on his way.
What is that? Are they bats?
The drones! The drones! Don't move! Don't move! I'm coming to you! They're coming at your boat! Get him in the water! Get him! Go! So, I got you. Going under. Dive deep.
There's been an assassination attempt on the president.
Mike Banning, you're being charged with the attempted murder of the President of the United States.
The president's top guardian angel has fallen.
Can't you see that I'm being set up?
You have a collect call from
Mike.
Body's cold, time is frozen.
We've been getting death threats. There's somebody else behind us. It wasn't me. The president's not safe. They're gonna try and finish the job. And I'm not gonna stop until I prove who did this. I love you.
How did you find me?
I want security for the president. How do you think, Dad? I need your help. We gotta get out of here.
I ain't going nowhere.
You can't hide from us, Banning. Don't worry about finding me. I'll find you. Listen to me. We're gonna make a move. Now people are gonna fall. But not you.
Wow, edge of your seat action.
Yes.
I'm exhausted watching the trailer.
So that'll be Monday.
That's good. That's good. All right. Well, we've got a couple little items for you that are coming up. First of all, we've got this Sunday is, what is it? Oi Christmas.
Oi Christmas.
Oh,
yeah, look at that.
It's Christmas. And it's really going to be fun. We had a theater guild here yesterday, and it's at 2 o'clock, and it's at the Performing Arts Center on the main stage, and they're going to be singing all of your favorite songs. So it's a sing-along, a performance. It looks like a lot of fun. And you can do that on Sunday, the 15th at 2 o'clock.
All right. And also on Sunday, no, excuse me.
This is 19th.
The 19th, excuse me, the India Club, a few days later, at 5:30 over at the Performing Arts Center. They are having their welcoming Christmas. They're going to have all kinds of fun there, Christmas songs, and they're going to have food and a raffle. And it's $10 for members, $15 for guests. Please contact one of the numbers on the screen to let them know, because yesterday I found out there's only about 15 spots available.
Oh, wow.
They 100 seats only, and they've already got something like 85.
Nice.
So if you want to go, call them and let them know. That's going to be a lot of fun. December 19th over at the Performing Arts Center in Dining Room 2.
Perfect. And then just a real quick one, Thursday, December 31st, Tuesday, December 31st, New Year's Eve, at 6 and 8:30, there is going to be a 2019 Celebrity Series finale. It'll have the Nelson Sons, who are honoring Ricky Nelson, and fun concert, looks great, and like I said, it's at 6 and 8:30, so you can find more information from Recreation, and they can tell you more about it.
Yeah, those sell out too.
It will,
very
for
quickly.
sure.
All right, the weather, we're going to have some beautiful weather coming your way. A little bit of patchy clouds out there, but overall warmer today by probably about 3 or 4 degrees. And tomorrow we're going to be also about 70, 71. Things will start to cool off a bit on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, but going into next week, it's looking pretty good. All the way through, I think it's about Wednesday or Thursday, there could be another rain system coming in. It doesn't look huge, but now it's back in the forecast, which is kind of good. You sort of want rain every couple weeks this time of year, just right. And as far as around Orange County today, temperatures are all up by just a few degrees, but very nice everywhere you go. As I said, there will be some patchy clouds throughout the day, but good weather.
Yeah, looks good. All right, well, tomorrow we have the United Mutual update. We have Sterling Financial, and then also the Christian Women's Connection.
That's
so
right.
Come on back tomorrow and have a great day in the village.
Yep, take care. Bye-bye.